Hi, all you SP-me's out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around because the third answer is a secret as to how you can win at self-publishing on Etsy, and it's not something you might be thinking about. Now let's get into it. The question that was sent in today was, can you sell self-published books on Etsy? Now this is an excellent question, and most likely it's from somebody who's either self-publishing books already, or you're somebody who's selling things on Etsy, crafts or other types of projects on Etsy, and you're wondering, maybe I could write a book on how to do some of this. And this is something that is definitely worth considering, and we are going to explore that today. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Click the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description for my absolutely free self-publishing checklist to make sure you aren't skipping any of these secret steps to making as much off of your self-publishing books as possible. So, can you sell self-published books on Etsy? Well, let me tell you a little bit about my story and some other people's. When I first got started, I started with Amazon, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and I put my books onto the market that way. Now, with regards to Etsy, I was familiar with some other things that people had done with looking at Fiverr and seeing projects there and then placing them on Etsy and doing some sort of arbitrage there. So there was some aspects that I had seen with regards to Etsy. I had also seen self-publish books being put on Fiverr. Some people were saying they were making a killing with going that route, and I actually sold some copies of my books on Fiverr as well. So there are ways of making money on different platforms, but each platform has certain advantages and disadvantages if you're going in that general direction. So it isn't a matter of getting any book you possibly can imagine. But I can say one person or family that I had heard about, they started their entire business actually on Etsy. What they were doing was they discovered there was in fact a market for selling, I believe if I remember correctly, it was Scrabble jewelry, where you would be making like your name or whatever and running lines through Scrabble jewelry. And they found somebody on, I believe it was Etsy, who was selling self-published books showing how to do this and making a ton of money, like $100,000 a year or something, off of just selling low-quality self-published books. And so that was something that was worth taking notice of, and they began doing it and made a killing until they discovered that just doing a fad will only be popular and only work for a period of time, while you've got it simply going along with that fad. And then when the fad dries up, then you're going to have a serious problem making money because nobody wants to buy your product at that point. Okay, so that was something that they had discovered, but it was in fact through Etsy that they were selling their book. And I thought that was a very interesting story that they had discovered from their standpoint there. So can you sell self-published books on Etsy? Well, let's get into today's answers. The first answer is yes. As I already told you, you definitely can self-publish on Etsy. And there are already self-published books on Etsy, but not too many, which means that there's going to be a market for it. They do not want major self-published companies to come on there. So it's not about dumping all of your books on puppy training onto Etsy. That is a terrible idea. So it's best to stick with books that match the target audience that you're going to be reaching on Etsy. So for example, that would mean craft projects are in high demand there. And if you have books that tell people how exactly to go about crafting those books, this is what exactly you're going to need to do if you wish to see those books sell, because those books are going to be hitting the target market that's already there. But what I wanted to say was that the secret answer of the day, which is our third answer, that is the key to winning at self-publishing, is massive distribution. Now, lots of self-publishers won't tell you this secret. They'll say, oh no, just get your books on, KDP, or maybe put it over on this platform. And that is a huge mistake. You're going to lose lots of money if you are not putting your book on as many platforms as humanly possible. And Etsy may be a perfect match for your audience. And the best part of it is that if you're using a good tool like Uto, which you can find my affiliate link below in the description, that's the tool I use to ensure perfect formatting. You're going to be able to put your book into a PDF, in fact, using the exact same formatting that you use for your paperback books, and just push that book right on through Etsy. You lose absolutely nothing. You've already got your cover and you've got your manuscript on your paperback version that you've got on Ingram Spark, Lulu, or KDP Print. I like all three, but let's just at least say KDP Print. You're losing money if you don't have your book there. And then you just take that very book and you make sure the cover is included on the print copy. That is on the inside of the print copy. It's just a selection, right? A little hack it off on Uto, and then check it off, and then you put it right onto Etsy. And your readers, they're going to love your book because, well, the first thing is they can just get the PDF for it, so they can print it out themselves. And if you want to do the other version, you can just post a link that would then directly lead them to your KDP print book, and then they can purchase it from there. Now, it is possible you could print the books out and then send them to people, but I would not recommend. I would recommend only doing the digital copy of your book in PDF format for those readers, where it's very easy. They can purchase and immediately get access to your copy of the book, your PDF version of the book, which you've already got. And this is the beauty of mass distribution. Assuming you're using a tool like Uto, or if you maybe found a better tool, which I haven't found, but maybe you have, then you've got everything you need, and you've already done all the formatting and all the work that's necessary to win at this game. So do not be discouraged. Just take your book, put it out there on Etsy, and let's see what happens. Only, though, if it's in your target market. And if you want to know if it'll work, see what other books are already out there and see how well they're selling on Etsy. And that will give you exactly the idea you need in order to figure out if this is going to work for you as well on Etsy. And this also really dovetails if you've already got crafts on there and you want to sell the instructions on how to put together those crafts in the exact way that the people who are already buying your crafts, maybe they want to do it themselves, and then they'll have your secret formula for those crafts. And that combination is very powerful when it comes to sales. They buy one of your crafts and love it, and then they say, maybe I could make this myself. Perfect. They buy your book. But they're both together under the same profile. It's an outstanding way to make money, in addition to distributing on these other channels that we've discussed in previous videos. So, can you sell self-published books on Etsy? What have you found? Have you actually done that? Have you made money? Let me know below in the comments, and check up above me here for more videos that are answering your self-publishing questions. Thanks.